So similar triangles is a very, very heavily tested topic, so it's one that we definitely want to pay attention to when we're reviewing. All right, typically there's a question on there about taking the sides and finding a missing side, and there's usually a question about setting up proportions. All right, but the big things that we have to make sure that we do is we have to make sure we line the letters up, line up the letters so that they correspond, so we know which sides should get paired together, and do your highlighting. All right, so highlight the sides that go together using different colors so that you can tell when you're setting the fractions up, okay, these two go in a fraction together and these two go in a fraction together. All right, when you're setting up your own proportions, stick to small over big and small over big. I know there's other ways to do it, but if we stick to one way, all right, we're usually better off. And then the evil thing that they usually do is they give you pieces of sides. Make sure you're using sides of the triangle and not pieces of the sides of the triangle. Okay, and then remember, I don't know why this isn't on here. It may be on here someplace else. Corresponding angles have to be equal. They don't tend to ask about that a ton, all right? But we need to remember that corresponding angles are congruent. All right, so I tossed in an old problem here. It's got some algebra in it that we don't typically do all the time, all right? But I've got this triangle here, and it tells me that AE is 6, AD is 9, EC is 2, and then it tells me DB is 2x minus 3. Okay, and it just says, hey, find x. This is the same kind of idea. I don't know why I picked it with algebra, but I did. All right. It needs to be yellow over yellow, which is AD over AB. All right, so that's 9 over the whole thing. And for the whole thing, I have to add these two together and get 2x plus 6. If it was numbers, I would still add them together. All right. Then on the other side, it's green, but I've got them. I don't know why I used green and then I used blue in the thing. It didn't make a lot of sense, but I have a tiny fault sometimes. So I got a 6 for the top part, and the whole thing is 8. Okay, and then I cross multiply and solve it. There'd be no algebra normally. All right, normally there's just numbers. All right, again, a poor example for mine, but there's lots of examples on here for you to work on. And you go through when you cross multiply. All right, this is a really, really important section if you're trying to pass this exam or if you're trying to do well, either one. All right, it's something to make sure that you know how to do because there is consistently questions on this that we have to be able to do in order to do well on the exam.